Hello. So, I'm sitting outside. It's a little overcast. Um, Hoping that it's not going to rain. I am at a place getting my car fixed. It's funny, all I can see is the reflection of me in part on this, so I know I'm in the image, but I can't really see myself. So that'd be interesting to see what this looks like later. I feel like I'm almost talking to a ghost. So, hi. uh, so anyway, I'm all over the place. Today is a year ago that I started my blog, which was the day after a year ago that I found out about the tumor. I think it's running in the background of how I'm feeling because I'm really emotional. I'm also emotional because being here and having to get my car fixed ain't a good thing. Although I went ahead and asked if they could help me in any way with the cost. And I have no idea what they're going to say, although they didn't immediately say no. So I guess we'll see what they have to say. Yeah. Sounds a little bit like my alarm there just now. And that's partly why I'm here, is because my alarm's acting up, which you may have seen in a previous video. So, I have a cat hair on my screen here. So, last night I went to a networking meeting with Jenny Robertson. It was an awesome night. I met someone who works with teens, and I shared with her a webpage that I had created called youjustdon'tunderstand.com. And she read it on the spot and said that she could totally relate, and it totally spoke to her. Someone once told me that it would be a great start to a book, so I don't know if that will be what will be in the eventual book that I write, but there's a lot about my experience that I think resonates for people, and if I can share it in some way that's helpful, it would be really great. She actually even said that a lot of kids have issues with knowing how to express themselves, like they don't have the words, they don't know how to communicate, and that was so totally me. So I don't know what's going to happen, but that was kind of exciting, and I sat right next to her. So it was like it was meant to be on some level, I think. There's a lot of things that are happening just kind of like how they're meant to be, and even if they help me today here, all morning I was like, you have to ask, in my head, you have to ask. And I was reminded of this woman who, she just recently won a Hay House contest, and she's a medium, and she said that these famous people started speaking with her, and one day she was going to talk to somebody about a book of hers, and it's so weird with this reflection thing. It's kind of screwing with me. But she said that these famous people were talking to her, and she wound up writing a book about these conversations with famous dead people, actually. And she started talking about one book, and then something kept telling her she had to tell about this other book. And she started speaking about Andy Warhol. And it turned out that the guy that she was talking to knew Andy Warhol, and there was something that she had said that kind of validated something in his mind about what she was doing. So this morning, as I'm thinking, you have to ask, it kind of occurs to me that it's sort of the same thing, like something's telling me you have to ask. So I actually asked for help, because I'm like, you know what, if something's telling me to ask, then whatever that something is has to, hopefully help me know what the right way to say something is, because I do feel awkward asking. I don't know if I'm ever going to get over that. I don't know if I should say that either, because I want to get over that. But I guess, there's no harm in asking. The worst they'll say is no, and I'll deal with it. somehow, some way. But I did also offer, in exchange, maybe some promotion or something too. So if that is interesting to them, we'll see what happens. But, you know, if they're willing to help, I'm willing to share. So anyway, I'm going to sit out here for as long as I can. It's supposed to go up to 80 degrees, but not until 5 o'clock today, which is kind of weird. And I actually am going to try to read this book. Let's see, there we go. It was recommended to me by Mara Cromwell, and she was a guest on my show previously, you may recall. And there was already one thing in there that resonated for me that I blogged about, which had to do with, what did it have to do with? Oh, the idea of allowing ourselves to be in a less than positive place. And once I find it, I'm going to share more because I just don't quite remember exactly the wording, but it was pretty powerful. And also, too, I'll mention, for anyone who might not know me, or this might be the first time seeing me, I also spoke with someone last night about the video I had made regarding making videos, and if you feel camera shy. And when I told her what I told her, she's like, that's a very powerful statement. So I'm going to encourage you, if you are camera shy, to go back in the history of this blog. I think it was last month in April. I can maybe even try to remember to put a link with this, and check it out for yourself and see what you think. Because if you have something to offer, really seriously, try to get out of your own way. The world needs you to. And you don't want something like what's happened to me to prompt you getting out there, which is pretty much what happened to me. I know where you are probably logically, because I was there. Oh my God, was I there? I so didn't want to do it. So anyway, I guess that'll be all for now. Yeah, I really am sort of in a mixed place though. I guess I'll work through it. Excuse me. I hear our soul retains trauma, and definitely what happened this time last year was pretty traumatic. So I'll get to wherever I need to get to, I guess. So anyway, I guess that'll be all for now. I'll talk to you later.